Hi everyone. So something I wanted to talk about today is protecting and shielding your energy and clearing attachments. This is something that comes up often in my sessions and anytime I'm talking to somebody about protecting their energy when they're feeling kind of down or heavy in energy or depressed or anything like that. So it's something that I wanted to pass on to everyone because I feel it's beneficial. So one of the things you can do is bubble. When I talk about bubbling, it's exactly that. It's envisioning yourself in a bubble and that nothing can get into. You want to start from your ankles all the way up, covering past your head and paying special attention to your heart area. You want to make sure your feet are grounded, so you want to leave them out. So always leave your feet out and start from the ankles up. You want to picture or envision you in the higher chakra colors. For those that are familiar with chakras, those who aren't, that would be gold light, which is divine love and light and protection. There's purple and blue, which is overall protection. Maybe hot energy for healing, green and pink. There's also, you can also use rainbow, which is kind of playing it safe. It's all the colors in one. You want to stay away from obviously black, because that's a very heavy lower vibration. Red or orange or yellow. You stay away from those colors. Kind of stay with those. Sometimes I use iridescent because it's close to a rainbow color for me. I have a hard time picturing myself in a bubble sometimes. So what I do is I picture the color like saran wrap. And I do the same concept. I start from the ankles all the way up and I wrap myself like a mummy. And I seem to be very successful, you know, and works for me. It's easier for me. Those two things I do. Also, you can envision the shower water coming out when you shower. Those colors just kind of covering you and washing away anything that is negative. Before you do this, you want to call in Archangel Michael for protection. If you're not calling in your angels, spirit guides, loved ones, or whoever you believe in of a higher power daily, I would suggest you do that. But if anything, call in Archangel Michael. There is no wrong or right time to do this. You can do this at any time. You can even, you know, bubble or protect your house, your loved ones. Again, leave their feet out. I usually bubble my house, my car, myself, sometimes friends. Especially if I want to heal somebody, I'll wrap them in healing energy. The ideal time to do this is in the morning time upon waking up, after you get in the shower. If you shower the night before, then you don't need to worry about it. Just, you know, do it before you get dressed. But it's ideally before you shower, after you shower, is you want to get up, dry off, and put that bubble on around you, and before you go to sleep. And the reason before you go to sleep is because you're most open. Because you're sleeping, you are subconsciously open. So anything of a negative vibration or entity will attach to you, or not will, but are likely that they are able to, not to scare you. So you want to do that before sleeping as well. And it helps with your night's sleep, believe it or not, especially if you are in a lower vibration or negative environment. It will help block all that out. Also, there is mirroring. I do both. Some days I only do one, some days I do the other, but I usually do both. For myself, I don't know how a lot of other people do it, but for myself, what I do is I will put a mirror up in front of me, behind me, on each side of me, and sometimes even on top of me. My head is kind of like being in my own square box. You want to put the reflection part on the outside. So when it's like, just imagine somebody looking at you. So they want to, when they're looking at you, they want to see themselves like in that mirror reflection part. The reason for that is whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, any negative energy or any energy in general that has come in towards you, whether they're projecting it or not, will go back to them. So it keeps you from absorbing any energy around you. That is really good to do. And again, that works pretty well. Those are just some of the things I do. I know there's a concept called zippering. I don't know how to, like, I don't do that. So I don't know much about that to, I guess, give you knowledge on, but it is something you can look up. That might work for you too, if none of these other things work for you. Sometimes I will put like a wall up, like, so especially if I'm at the gym, and somebody comes next to me and I'm in my bubble, but I can still feel the energy's heavy and I want to be able to have a good workout and they're throwing it off, I will put like a wall up. I'll envision a wall that'll actually block out their energy. That's something you can do too. I always do kind of blue. The reason that you want to protect your energy, some of the reasons, is I like to compare it to a sponge. We are all like sponges, and because everything around us is energy, imagine you being the sponge and that sponge going by water, whether it's dirty water or heavy water or clean water, just water, especially if it's like a little dirty water, going by everybody that you pass or everything that you pass all day long. Eventually, that sponge is going to be very heavy because it's going to be way down with the water. It's going to become very dirty. It may start to fall apart. And if you don't clean that and the next day you repeat the same process and you absorb even more water, it's going to get even heavier. It's going to get even dirtier, and it's going to eventually crumble and fall apart. That's why it's important to clear and clean. So when you clear, you wring out that sponge and you cleanse it under water or color, and it's like when you bubble, you're clearing it, and when you clear, you're wringing it out. The sponge is clear, it's light, it's fluffy, you feel better. It feels cleaner. That's kind of like a comparison that I like to use. It's especially important if you are in the medical field or you are an EMS worker, such as a firefighter, a rescue EMT, or a police officer, a nurse, doctor, whatever the case may be, anything in the medical field. You are constantly in contact with sick people. You are constantly in contact with people that may have, disabilities or mental illnesses, that are depressed or anxious. Obviously, being in the medical field, there is a lot of that. So you don't want to take on that energy, or you're going to start to feel that way. So it's important it's just a lower vibration. Nothing wrong with it. I don't want you guys to think I'm saying anything's wrong with it. It's just a lower vibration because of the energy, because of the sickness or illness. You want to cleanse that off. Offices, you are dealing with some very not nice people sometimes. That's energy you're taking on. So you want to cleanse. You want to protect your energy, and you want to cleanse for safety. If you're in customer service or the hospitality industry, again, you're with people. So it's even more important if you're around a lot of people to do so, but it's important for everybody, if that makes sense. Also, what you can do to clear your energy or any attachments is when you do get home from work, you could also sage, which is this right here. It's white smudge and sage. It comes like this. This is a medium size, and I have obviously used it. It comes a little bit smaller, and it comes very much larger, and it also comes loosely in a package, so you can burn like one leaf at a time. That is something you can do, and you can just start from the bottom and you go like this and work your way up and just clear that energy. If you're depressed or maybe more emotional or angry that one day, also it's good for that. It clears that. I will say, if you are pregnant, or if you have little children around, or if you have asthma or any breathing issues, I would not use that. It does smoke up a lot, and it doesn't have the greatest smell. So, I am told that it's not good to use. What you can do instead is use lemongrass. Any form, spray, burn it, incense. You can use that, and you can burn incense. Any incense really that's good for clearing. I personally like an Indian incense. It's Nachampa. Nachampa is Nagchampe, I think. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. It's a little blue box. You'll see it. You'll know what it is. That's also good to do. If I don't clear daily if I don't have any clients and I don't sage my house daily, I will burn that. Why is it good to cut attachments? Just envision you being around somebody that's always just, kind of like a negative Nelly, or you're coming from a bad breakup, or even if you're around like anybody that just seems like they're draining your energy. I like to say an attachment's like a tentacle, and it kind of sucks at you, like kind of like a leech. So you're not going to feel good. You're going to feel kind of pulled down and weighed down. So it's important just to clear. And what I do is I just can picture it all coming down, or like I'll wipe that all, like just wipe it off like this, or just envision like peeling it off. You can do that as well. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, or if there's anything that I didn't touch on that you might have questions on, just comment on this video, and I hope that I help somebody out there. Have a great day.